Hi, I'm Danny with eTrailer, and today we're going to take a look at, and I'm going to show you how to install the TowSmart Trailer Hitch on your 2025 Subaru Crosstrek. This hitch does have a 2" by 2" hitch receiver opening, which will accommodate most of your accessories, like bike racks, cargo carriers, or even ball mounts. It sticks out a little bit, almost actually flush with your bumper, and the cross tube is semi-visible, but it is almost tucked up back there. Now, the gross trailer weight on this hitch is going to be 4,500 pounds. That is your trailer plus whatever's inside of it. And your tongue weight is going to be 675 pounds. That is the max weight pushing down on your hitch receiver. So that's not going to be a problem if you want to do some bike racks or cargo carriers. This hitch does have a 5/8" pin hole that will accept your 5/8" pin and clip. Now, the kit does not come with a pin and clip. They usually come with your accessory you buy, or you can upgrade to a locking one just to make sure that your accessory is secure when you're away from your vehicle. Now, looking at the safety chain loops here, they're pretty big, so they will accommodate a clevis style or an S-hook style. So from the ground to the top of our hitch receiver is going to be about 14.5 inches. Now, that's good to know if you have a longer accessory that sticks out, and you want to make sure that doesn't bottom out when you're going up a steep hill. Now, the next measurement is from the center of the hitch pin hole to the outside of your bumper here, and that's going to be about 3.5 inches. So that's good to know if you have a folding accessory and you want to make sure that doesn't come into contact with your bumper. Subarus are known for being adventure vehicles, so please send in a picture of what kind of adventures you get into with your hitch in a review or comment. Now, getting into the install, it is fairly simple. You're just fishing a couple wires. You are grinding a little bit on your frame just to make it a little bigger of a hole to fish those through. But other than that, it's very simple. But if you don't have the time or tools to do it yourself, please feel free to check out our dealer locator and we can find somebody to do it for you. But without further ado, let's get into the install. All right, and first off, we're going to want to remove this cover on this hole back here, and there's going to be one up here. So I'm just going to get a trim panel tool. You could use pliers for this or a screwdriver. Get that one removed, and this one as well. We are going to have to fish our hardware through this back hole here, but as you can see, it is a little too small. So what we're going to do is get a die grinder bit, burr bit, and I'm going to widen this out a little bit. And now that you've opened up both holes on both sides, I'm going to hit them with some spray paint just to prevent some corrosion or rust down the line. When you're waiting for this to dry, you can remove some of this caulking back here, either with a flathead screwdriver, a blade, or anything to get this off. And this might get in the way of when we raise our hitch up to sit flush against the rail here. We're going to get our fish wire and go through our rearmost hole, and I'm going to bend it just slightly just to make it a little easier to go through. I'm going to feed this through and come out the hole we enlarged. Now I'm going to bend the end as well just so that doesn't come back through. I'm going to get our square washer on here, as well as our bolt threaded on. Put our spacer up through our hole, and then our bolt. I'm going to get this fish down. For the other hole that we enlarged, we're going to do it a little bit differently. First, we're going to get our fish wire through our square spacer, and then we're going to thread on our hardware. And now, I'm going to push bolt through, then the spacer, and use that fish wire to put it through. These spacers come in your kit, and you're going to want to tape these to the rear of your hitch. That's going to help it sit flush when you hold it into place. Once you fished hardware on both sides, you're ready to lift your hitch into place. I got my friend Dan here, and he's going to help me lift this up over the exhaust. Now you're going to want to get your fish wires and put those through the corresponding holes on your hitch. Now you can remove your fish wire and get the nut on, just to hold it into place. Now with all your bolts hand tight, I can come back and tighten them the rest of the way down with a 19mm socket. We can torque them all down to the specs and the instructions. Now if you don't have a torque wrench at home, you can rent one from your local auto parts store, or you can purchase one from us at etrailer. All right, now let's look at our TowSmart hitch on our 2025 Subaru Crosstrek.